is your girl CEO Queendom back again for another video, and in today's video I will be reacting to Family Man's part 2 of the blended family. I don't know if y'all realize, but the last one choked me up so bad. I tried to be a gangster, I tried to be a G, and it just, yeah, it didn't turn out good. So we're going to react to this part 2 of the blended family, but before we get started, go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe, sis. Subscribe, bro. Period. Also, turn on your post notification bell so that you don't miss not one video that I drop. Like this video, drop a comment down below, and share my videos, you guys. I'm trying to get to 1K. I know that it's going to take a minute to get there, and I'm willing to wait it out. So I ask that if you watch this video, if you could please like and comment and share. I would really appreciate it. Okay, so let's get started. I hope this one don't make me cry, y'all, because I can't do it.
So now we're, life is going. We're 3 years past, 4 years past, 5 years past.
Who is it? Who is it?
It's the constable. Huh? Well, mind you, Tiffany and I, her mom, if you do grown folk stuff, stuff gonna happen.
They was hunching.
Right.
That boy said his
So,
day was hunching.
I wasn't positive. I wasn't sure. So 5 years had passed, and then you have a child, and I'm trying to explain that to her, and it's like, hey, what you been doing at work today? Chilling? Yeah. What you do today? I got us another baby.
She just came out this house.
And it was really, it was a rough patch. It was really a rough patch because I was like,
I'm not taking no more kids.
I did.
As an adult, I sat and thought about it. Like, if I was married to somebody for 5 years, and then they was like, surprise, like, I don't know. Like, that's God all over that. Ain't it?
Yeah.
But I actually told him, you on your own. When it happened, I was like, okay, Portia.
Press pause. So now at this point, at this point in this time in your life, like, how do you feel being in that moment as a kid? What did you feel like when you came to that part? Because I remember.
Well, you gotta tell me what happened. So I go at once.
We was looking on Woodland.
The DNA test 99.99999.
Also, look at these faces.
Right.
Copy, paste. Like, it's.
Yeah.
And so we come, and so I said, well, I'm gonna go pick her up. I want to introduce y'all to y'all sister and all them. And you remember the scene on Color Purple? You ain't none of our
She ain't none of my mammy.
Well, it was just an awkward situation. I remember us getting in the car. I remember him explaining. I remember us going, and then I remember seeing her. She ain't one of us. She ain't part of the gang. You was tiny, bro.
You was actually playing on the playground. That's how
you was concerned with that. We was concerned with beef.
And
Like,
somebody
Yeah, he
pushed
said
me
beef.
down
I did.
at the
I did
playground.
not start out on the right path as a big sister. But as time went on, I did eventually go to them to
Mediator.
hey, this is our sister.
Well, then she
and
gonna
y'all
switch
gotta
the
get-
game up,
I
bro.
did.
You can't switch. You can't say, bro, we beefing with such and such. You know what I'm saying? That's what
Exactly.
it is.
But I also told Portia too, I said, you are in the older sister seat. I think, son, you have been one of them runaway moves.
Yeah, because now let's go back to Sonya. Sonya was there.
Let's talk about when we used to have fun.
Oh no, I'm telling you, let's talk about this runaway, sis.
But Sonya, it was some trouble going on that needed to be addressed.
Because, I mean, to be real and to be honest, Sonya really never had a childhood.
Right.
And really never got to really experience being a kid.
Yeah.
So Sonya grew us and raised us
Yep.
because when
While
my
she
parents
was
was gone,
She would take
care of us. And
So even when they
she
was
was a
working-
20-something-year-old kid. Y'all, like,
Right.
this is,
Yeah.
we knew Sonya as our sister and being a big kid with our party animals
She
with
was
us.
mama to me tonight.
Oh, she had a
Oh, Sonya
ball.
We used to have to take naps and T would be up
Look,
in there
yeah,
bouncing
bro.
on the bed playing.
Nah, bro.
That's why you
So-
spoke.
So back there, when we came to the park, when they came to
Yep.
the park,
Back to the park.
they just mean mugging her.
We did.
Just mean mugging her.
Mhm.
I probably was like, hey, what was that?
And so we trying to,
She's so silly. Hey,
and
welcome
you
to
know,
our channel.
just trying to blend. And I'm kind of in the middle of everything. Like I'm the common denominator, of course.
I vividly remember meeting you. Both of y'all. I remember you had like a red car or something. It was like a Grand
It was a
Am.
Grand Am.
Grand
It was a room.
Am.
It was a room.
I remember that, and we had a conversation, and then we were at the house on Woodland, and you're like, well, we're your mom and dad. You can call us David and Tim if you want to, or whatever you feel comfortable. Like just trying to navigate
awkward, bro.
that.
It was
That was,
awkward.
you know,
Right.
there's no handbook on how to navigate that. Everybody just doing their best. And you know, we make mistakes, and then we fix it and talk it
and
out.
I think-
As a kid, I just felt like my spot was getting took. It was like, dang, I was already the middle kid. Like I was in. You know, I had only boy middle. You know what I'm saying?
And then you know, these two with the sibling rival
In
We
the
clashed,
being
bro.
in the middle.
We clashed all the time.
all the time because it was now that you know it was like that middle spot. You just came in and took my spot.
So now I go from like, yeah, we don't know her to now I'm like, story of my life today. Have to be like, okay, push your focus. You're the peacemaker.
And
you're
I've
the big
told.
sister.
That's what I told
You
her
have to
earlier.
get everybody
Yep.
together. I'm like,
Told her earlier.
but
Like whatever.
I
But-
did. I told her. I said the Lord wouldn't have given you that position if He didn't feel like you could handle it.
Handle it.
And it's funny because I'm telling my daughter the same thing. My first
Yeah,
born, the same
because
thing.
because I can imagine it being rough. Because it was rough for me being the only child, and everybody else had the same daddy. You know, we did. You know, the score game was always on.
Yeah.
You know, you
Yeah.
talking about your daddy. Where your daddy? At? You ain't never seen your daddy. So I would say your daddy dead. He pushing daisies.
Like,
You know, so it's
that's
like-
just how it does.
Pushing
it's like we
daisies.
were just-
And
it was
kids are
always-
brutal.
Yeah, they
But
are.
mom always taught us that
Yep.
I never looked at my siblings as being half.
Yes.
I don't know if I ever told y'all, we had them to come. This man came to the house and did blood work. And he said, you know, really, you are only child. I looked at the man. I got a really bad attitude with him, and I served him much attitude. I was like, sir, I have sisters and brothers. He was like, I'm sorry, Miss Man, but you are the only bloodline
Of
it's
your
of you,
mother and
of your
father.
mother and father. It's just you. And it really broke me on the inside. I was like, I wasn't raised that way. I have brothers and sisters.
Tell when you and Portia about the step.
Oh, and our first Portia was probably about 8 years old because I had always been in Portia's life. I was there when she was born.
I was just gonna say, give the backstory.
So the backstory is me and David we sung together, we became best friends, and the night I was so happy he was still in school. I had already graduated, so I was working. So the night that your mom went into labor, I was off that next day. We had just finished a rehearsal, was coming, and Granny was like, Dave's going into labor, so we got to take her to the hospital. And he was like, man, you ain't got to go to work tomorrow. Come on, go to the hospital with me. And I was like, well, okay. So I just rolled.
Since I ain't got nothing else to
I ain't got nothing else to do. So I went and sit at the hospital the whole 21 hours she was in labor. I was there at the hospital. So it's just
Fast forward to Portia. We had an event.
we were
and-
at an event and Portia was like, something happened, and she was like, some people came over. I said, oh, this is my stepdaughter right here. This is Portia, and you know, this is such. So we was, you know, the night went on. She didn't say anything, but we got in the car. We were riding. I don't even know if you even remember it, but we got in the car and she was like, Mama, when you introduce me, don't introduce me as your stepdaughter. Just introduce me as your daughter. And it really pricked my heart. And I was like,
Look, y'all not finna make me cry this
So,
freaking.
it
Look,
just
my
shows
eyes
me
already
how much
tearing
kids
up.
are paying attention. When you think they not paying attention, y'all. So
And they have feelings.
that's why we don't use the step.
Right.
And
Yeah.
these are my kids. And when I even meet people on the street and they say, well, that's my step. No, these are just your kids. So I'm passing it on.
So with you,
We say bonus as well because I now have bonus children, so we say bonus. So
I
y'all
grew
say
up on that.
Bonus
yet.
mom.
What?
you said
Bonus.
Bonus. Yeah, I mean,
I
it's
said
just,
I hadn't got to get my.
you just gotta think about where you.
I'm praying, pray.
Yeah,
Where
it's
you-
I'm
where
not
you
playing with
been,
her.
Where you coming from? Because you done been through the most. I mean, really sitting over here thinking about it. It's like, dang,
And we
bro,
really
14 years
should.
old.
You know, I apologize to this day. But I mean not knowing, we really should have gotten you some type of counseling.
Carefully, yeah.
Because even I think of the night, even when they came and said your mama had been shot, and y'all came and stayed with us when we were home. I was home with mama, and for y'all to even have to go through that trauma as kids,
Right.
and then for you to go back to where y'all was living after it even happened in that house, and then y'all move, and it was just
It was
a
a
lot
lot.
To deal with.
to deal with.
Well, we
So-
live and we learn. I mean, I still can take a couple of gallons today, but I'm just saying you. I guess that's why I harden so much on a lot of things, and like me to myself, like to this day. But I'm getting better. I've talked. Usually I wouldn't even say
Yeah,
anything.
she didn't say much of nothing.
So now I'm like learning not to let it hold.
Now we
itself
can't
in.
turn it off. but Tiffany, there was a time when you like felt like you weren't wanted in the family, like you didn't have a spot.
Yeah, because like just from a child standpoint, you have your mama's house, this set of rules, and that kind of thing, and then you have your daddy's house, which is a completely different environment, a completely different sense of interaction. So trying to navigate how to do that and switch that on and off and all that kind of stuff, it's difficult for a child to try to process all of that.
And we definitely got to stop putting these kids
I was just gonna
in
say
adult business.
Yes.
Because one thing we do is we drag them in, and we
don't
expect
teach them
kids
how
to
to
kinda
comprehend
process all
it.
of this stuff.
Yes.
Kids cannot process what us as adults process.
They
When
sure
they hear us
can't.
arguing, bickering, and fighting, and then we tell you your daddy and your no good mama, and kids, when they get back, it's like, how do we deal with this? What do I do? And
I just had to get to. I'm in the country. I just had to get to a place, even like as a grown woman, I had to get to a place where I'm like, okay, our parents are humans, and once we realize that, then you can move forward in healing. So
Extending the same grace. Like I made some dumb, stupid mistakes in my 20s, and I'm just trying to imagine like them being 20s and their mistakes are affecting other people. I just had me and my cat, so like I'm like.
She said her and her cat.
My animal.
Oh.
It's an animal.
okay,
That was so nasty.
that's what got us in this problem we
You
in.
sound like you making the same mistakes.
Man, my cat in these
Yeah.
streets.
Oh,
Okay.
that's called a generational curse.
No, but just like giving, and then like forgiveness and just giving each other the grace to like, we made the mistake. Let's talk through it so we don't make the same one again.
Yeah.
Right.
And move on and
And so
enjoy each other.
I'm sorry, you just had a birthday, and something happened at your birthday that hadn't happened in
I
30.
haven't talked to you about that.
You gonna cry? No, I ain't gonna cry.
Okay, so tell them what happened.
Okay.
Well, let me
So-
tell you how we came to this.
Okay.
You said it about maybe 5 birthdays ago.
I remember, yes.
5 birthdays ago, tell them what you wanted for
I
your birthday.
asked, I said, can we have a party with like my mama's side of the family and my daddy's side of the family like together? It was an absolute no from both sides. No, absolutely not.
I didn't say no, but I didn't say yes.
It was,
Yeah.
it was a no. And so I made my peace with the fact that like I have 2 families that has built me into the person that I am today, the glorious human being you see before you. And so after that, I just made my peace with it. Well, they surprised me for my birthday, and I walk in, it's beautifully decorated. Thank y'all all so much. And it's the family, like my daddy's side of the family. Like I was like, oh my God, that's so awesome. And they said we got one more surprise for you. And my mom walks out, and to have my mom, and my sisters and nephews, but to have my mom, and my dad in the same space for my birthday, I just
That's so sweet.
She broke it down. But what I wanted to do, even when we were talking about it, I said, we got to get a mom over here. And I didn't know
But
we
I'll be
reached
for
that.
side. I'll be for side too. Yeah, it was like
Right.
loving. It was
Yeah,
loving.
it was so
really
beautiful.
We had fun, like
It was
games,
dope.
and everybody participated. It was
You know, I didn't know how she was going to receive it. Like, hey, you come
Yes.
to the house. And,
Because
for Tiffany,
I could see if it was like somewhere else, but we were asking her to come here versus being like at a restaurant
Or
or another
because
space.
y'all run into each other at my
Yeah.
shows. Y'all
Yeah.
come to the same night or whatever.
and it's
And
hey,
that's, it's very cordial,
Cordial.
but to have everybody in a home to celebrate together and my mom said something so profound.
She did. Okay, let me tell you how it
Okay,
happened.
let him-
She
let
pulled.
him-
I gotta set it up. She pulled us to the side, and I was like, "Here we go."
They've had turbulent conversations.
Exactly.
Before.
But she said something that I was just like this.
Okay.
What she
She
said?
said, "I've lived more days than I have left. So
Mm.
let's just celebrate each other and love on each other and just
Come
be
on.
She said we were kids, and let's just let that.
Yeah, let it go.
And
Yeah.
I was just like, "You're right."
Yeah.
And it just seemed like it was just like, "Let's party."
Because when we were planning it, because with my mom, we over the years we've always got together, kids' birthday parties. We've always like, you know, my aunt comes over here. My mom has been to the house. So when we were planning for you, I was like, I just need everybody to get their stuff together for
You
Tiffany.
said stuff?
In my head, I said, just in my mouth, I said stuff. I knew it would mean so much to you. You know what I'm saying? And me and Tia had a conversation. Tia was like, y'all grown, so why does it matter? You know what I mean? I was like, you won't understand until you in a situation where you feel like you in the middle of two families.
No,
but
yeah,
to
for
have
sure.
everybody together, and Tia was like, oh, okay, I get it. So it's just a matter of explaining these things to people, talking it out, everybody understanding, and just when it's not your moment, don't make it your moment. If it's
Right.
somebody else's moment, do
Let it
everything
be
you need
them
to do to
people's
make that
moment.
person
Exactly.
happy for their moment.
I was super excited to just know that we were able to give her, on top of the gifts.
Cause she ain't been
cool.
home. And
Right.
Yeah.
Like we was trying to throw you off, then trying to plan it on the same
Man.
time. Okay, well, I'm going to get my hair done. Trying to really go get stuff for the party. You know, like, I had to get my hair done too. So, but like, it was really fun and it turned out really,
And to
really
see
dope.
everybody like put your weapons aside. It's not, the weapons aren't for each other.
Mhm.
That's to fight all the mess we got to deal with outside.
Right.
But like to
Vote.
put our weapons down, vote, amen. But to put our weapons down and just love on each other in one room as a community, it was really, really beautiful. And that was a testament to like how far we've come.
Yes.
Oh,
we
come
got
on now.
phone calls, and I've been back. Like, well, I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. And it was just,
Facebook beat, Instagram beat.
it was just so much stuff. And when you realize it, it's just like, for what?
But it's life is short.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
I'm glad it happened. I wish it would have been earlier, but God has His time.
Big up to you, Toy, for coming. I appreciate
for
y'all.
every-
And Monica
and
and the
Monica,
boys.
Yes, for
Big up to
everything.
you.
I mean, everything has its timing.
That girl's silly.
It's perfect timing. Because if we would have tried to do it within our own power earlier, it may have been.
And Violet would have blew up the wrong
But,
way.
I mean,
And then
so
we've
it's
had
perfect.
great healing conversations, just like all of us have gotten a chance to
Oh,
talk.
man,
when
you
we've
ain't
been
had
home.
no conversation. We done had some
Yes.
arguments.
No, I'm saying,
I know.
I'm saying,
I
like
don't
even
think
leading
nobody
up
can
there.
really argue like you and Daddy and me and Daddy. Like I don't
Me
know,
and
David.
David.
No, never mind. I'm sorry. I take that back. David and Daddy. I'm talking about out of the girls. Like me and Daddy.
Tia be like, I be mad because Tia won't argue with me.
You get mad like yourself.
Tia just will sit there blank faced like, and Daddy be like, you just.
Sonya would just be like this. Well, if y'all want to, yeah,
I mean, that's cool.
whatever you want, that's good.
Yeah.
Mama, y'all done, have you and Mama ever had an argument?
Yeah, but she one time she said, "I'm gonna slap your face." That's what she said one time.
She
My
said
room was dirty.
that's heavy.
Her room was
I
dirty.
only had one argument with Mama.
David don't want to argue with Mom. He'll avoid it. He'll just.
She's like, it's okay.
Wait a minute, that last.
Right.
argue with none of y'all, honestly.
Have you and Tia ever had an argument?
That's what I'm talking
We
about.
get into a little space,
But it's not like a.
We
It's not like a
almost
big
kinda
argument.
one of the same.
Yeah, so they
our
just-
arguments is like, well, you should have did it. Well, you should have did it. Well, okay, well, whatever. Then,
So
bro.
growing up, let me ask y'all a question. So growing up, would you have wanted to get a whooping from me or a lecture?
Whoop me.
Yeah,
Whoop
me.
me. Your
But the
lecture
thing is,
class.
after you get a whooping, you gonna get a lecture too. So it's just like,
Nah, he slapped you a few times.
One time.
I want him to
Tell him
shut
I was a
up.
good girl.
Right.
So you ran away 16 times.
That's because I'm going through some things. But yeah, I never got one because I never got in trouble to get myself together.
Sonya, you ran away. Again, I say, you ran
You
away.
ran away.
As a
Kid,
I
a
never
kid.
got in trouble.
Oh, you
No,
ran
she didn't give us no problems till she got that thing hit.
They got that thing hit
Yeah,
one
that's-
time and it just
that-
drove her
that-
nuts.
that-
But
But that's how
one of the hardest things for me to do with you, Sonya. Ooh, and
No, we talking about the slap when she.
I know I'm saying because we going.
I just flew back in the cloud.
We go. I know what happened with that. I went over to the boy's place. I went over to his place and say, I ain't gonna call no names, but I go over to his place and Sonya here. He just like this. You better not say no names. You better not. Don't do that, babe. He just is about to.
Hey.
Nah, you better not. So I'm sitting there, and I walk in the. I'm telling you, I walk in the boy's room and say, "Is Sonya here?" No, Uncle David, she ain't here. And I'm like, so Sonya is not here. No, she ain't here. And I look down, and her pants are right there on the floor. I'm like,
Dang, so she had done dropped them drawers for the man? Hey, she had them cheeks out.
and then so I
David!
I said, you know what?
That
I
boy
opened the
there.
closet.
She laid
And
up.
she's
huh?
sitting in the closet like this, look like a little scared rat. I walked in, no, what you lie to me for? She was sitting there like this. I ain't saying nothing. This is say something. She did not say nothing. I just left. Then one of the hardest things for me to do. She got. I was trying because I was like always trying to make sure that I'm patient and trying to understand what's going on. And she called me and said, she said, Uncle David, can you come and get me out of jail? I said, I'm not gonna be able to do it this time. I'm not gonna be able to do it.
I don't know if I can do that.
I'm not gonna be able to do it. It was the hardest thing. I hung up the phone.
I just kept calling.
I just hung up the phone and started crying.
But she always say, "Now, man, I wish I would listen to
But
you."
life has a crazy thing. Boy, it's round, ain't it? It's round, huh?
What do you say?
What's crazy is her
Joe.
sister passed. Her sister passed, and she's now taking her sister's son. She took her sister's son in.
Oh, I'm
that's
so
crazy.
sorry, love.
It's round, boy.
That's crazy. It's like I don't know how we did it. I do not. It was nothing but the grace of God because we also had
Baby John came stay with us.
Retha,
came stay with us.
Keisha,
And then Uncle Dougie.
and Steph, and we were just the refuge. And I think a little bit of it, we had a good spat not too long ago about just this whole thing and just how we shared our lives with people. And we were just I don't know. I explained to him.
I really believe that's why we've been so blessed, though.
I explained to him, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to turn people to this. I didn't know what to do.
No,
Come on.
Because when I think about Kiki and how we should have took him in, he's in prison now.
Yeah.
They're all in prison, and I feel like if we would have
Or have been.
probably taken them in, their lives would be better.
I know. Jesus. Don't cry. You need a minute. Just breathe, Zane. Just relax.
Freak.
I've never really shared that
Take
with
a
nobody,
breath.
but
Nah, when
You
you
wanna
come
get up and
there,
go from
that's
the
why I
table
was
for a
crying a
minute?
while
Are
ago
you good?
because
You
him to
good?
make that statement, and it's like, what could you do?
I didn't know what I couldn't
He
take
wasn't in the
everybody.
position he's in there.
No.
Y'all, this is not what I wanted.
Financially, I couldn't.
Do this
So
makeup,
I
I'm
just
about
brought
to
her
cry.
in, but
Freak.
We're really sorry that we couldn't have.
and to this day, that kind of haunts me when I see that he's in prison and the other brothers have been to prison. I'm wondering what if I'd have sacrificed and brought him on in.
Yeah.
I just, as a 21-year-old, what did you do?
You could only do so
Also,
much.
can't beat yourself up
I know.
because you will stress yourself out and drive yourself crazy.
But who's to say?
I don't want to hear no words of wisdom.
Well, cry then.
Well, who's to say? Because we all have choices. We all have choices. But
God,
we tried, and we have really tried, even after the fact,
you
to
okay?
help as many. You all right? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
It has been a lot. So,
What's the matter, son? Huh?
My biggest fear, he's not coming back to me.
Who?
She said her biggest fear is that she can't get him back.
It's mine.
I know. I know.
Mental health is also very,
Very,
real, very,
yes.
very, very. And I know on mom's side of the family, I always think though, like, because a lot of people on your side of the family
Has
have
been haunted.
like drugs and
Yep.
just mental
Mental
health and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like, what do you do?
But
How do we?
we don't address it as that. We just
But when it comes to mental health, I didn't really, I didn't really see that per se.
Mhm.
I would say addiction has been more.
that's
of a
part of
Yeah.
mental health.
Well, I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
I'm just saying.
Well, that's been the ride. That's been the ride of it. Of like the choices, because
Yeah.
it's like I look at I could have took the same path, but
Mhm.
I just wanted. I just saw myself. I just wanted
Something
better.
different.
I wanted something better. But I think even for my other family members that we've seen and we tried to help, through prayer but I really think if a lot of times it is to be able to get help and we don't
Yes.
ask for it.
Because that's what she was talking about.
She's
Kiki's
afraid,
mind.
yeah.
Yeah. Her brother.
But see, his is really due to something that he took his drugs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The drugs that he took, something that they laced it with.
But
messed
why
him
was he
up.
taking the drugs? What was he trying to mask?
Because
What was he
imagine
trying
as
to?
how old was Kiki when your mom died? 6,
6 to 8?
6, 8 somewhere. So imagine losing your mom at that age. What they can do, what it did to you.
And not having a present father or
Yeah,
anything.
nobody. And so
I think him and Kiki pretty much still matter with that to this day.
Yeah.
Because I can't really talk to him without us clashing and stuff. He
Well, 'cause
just, anybody pass away, like it just hurt him.
yeah,
He can't like live it
Can't
up.
recover.
He
from it.
can't do this.
it just. But that's why I'm so big on family. And sometimes I'm overbearing, because I look at this like selfish, like this is mine,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
mine. And sometimes with whether it's this is what I need you to do, this is what I want you to do, it's what I need you to. It's because I value that so much. We didn't grow up in a
Yeah.
two-parent home. We didn't grow up. When I got married, that's why I say I'm doing one stop shop. I'm getting married one time. Ain't no whole bunch of no. Mm-mm. I'm doing it once, and that's why I'm so big. And
But even with the family, even like with our nieces and nephews, we've reached back to try to encourage
Mhm.
and to give guidance to make a different choice. But sometimes I do feel like it's like, was it enough? Or,
it's
it's like,
never enough.
so it's like, it's only, I feel like, because there's only so much that my hands
Can
and even
do.
with
Come on.
speaking,
Yes.
to my brother, it's like to do better. It's like,
But I think a
Come
lot of
on.
times we
come on, we can.
let's pray it away. Tell the Lord thank you. Tell the Lord.
Mhm.
But even
Sometimes
tell
it's some
them-
practical stuff that we need to do
Yeah.
and get people some help to say, sit down and let's talk it through.
Right.
Let's figure out what it is.
But I be
It's nothing wrong with that, but I think a lot of times we just like take it to Jesus. Yes, I need to take it to Jesus, but I need to talk to somebody here.
Jesus and therapy can go together.
Yes.
Yes.
Jesus talks to the therapist. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I even try to give encouragement to my family members to let them know that there is a different path.
Right.
I mean, it's just to say.
But I think you
but
gotta
it's like,
address.
I did. Okay, we do have to address those things, but sometimes I think people just need an encouragement to just say that it can be better.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we
What-
feel like it's just this.
You got to understand what can be better.
I think y'all, I don't even know if y'all realize this, even y'all's presence on TV, our presence on
Mhm.
YouTube is representation for a different option.
Mhm.
Other people who have blended families only see like everybody bickering, everybody fighting, but like we are giving a view of a different option,
Yes.
some different
And
choices
that's what I
to
was
With
say,
what? With us
with
putting in the
work,
work.
yeah,
Right.
but like to say like this is actually possible.
That's
And
that's what I mean by
Yeah.
that you give the word that it doesn't just because what it looks like it doesn't have to be like this.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have to stay like this. You know why I say that? Because I was in this.
Right.
I was right
But
there.
also in that, we have to know that people also need professional help. Like people are suffering from things that me looking and you giving me a word of encouragement is not going to
Help.
People need professional
Mhm.
counseling.
They
They
do, but how do
need.
you get people? My thing is, how do you?
No, they
get
have to
people-
be willing.
They
That's-
gotta do it.
yeah, they gotta
That's
be
my
willing.
thing. It's
Yeah.
like, that's how to me. I felt like that was my way to start it.
Right.
I mean,
No, right.
Said that you don't have to stay like this, and that there is something different, a different path you can take.
But it's
Yeah.
not.
But
Yeah.
it's like if me pushing you saying
And
go
you
get some
did
help.
wait,
Right.
you know?
That's where the hurt is for me because I
Right.
feel like I've tried to push and say that there's more than just
But
smoking
sometimes
weed.
you just have to say when you get ready,
And I
I'll
did.
be right here.
Yeah.
And then too,
And
I
leave it.
did. I separated.
But I think sometimes I know
myself.
me wanted so much for it. Sometimes I was like,
Yeah.
and then
But see, you were there for your kids.
But
to
some
dissect
people gotta fall and bump their head just like I
Mhm.
did and recover. And some people may
Mhm.
recover, some people, may not
Me
recover.
and Daddy have this conversation
No,
all the time
I-
about
I don't like that idea.
About
I
what?
mean, I don't either, but it took me
people
all
are.
that whooping.
I learned a lot of
Everybody's
stuff
different.
by falling on
People
my
don't go
head.
down their own path. You can't expect everybody. Everybody is not a. I can look at you and touch that and that it's hot. Mama might be like, "Oh, I saw her touch it. I ain't hot." But some people are other people are gonna touch it too.
So
But see,
everybody's
my
blueprint
thinking is,
not,
my thinking is, if I can avoid
Right.
the hurt, and that's my thing.
Mhm.
One of my downfalls with y'all, even as it relates to dating, is I always wanted to protect y'all from heartbreak.
Right.
I'm gonna make sure you don't get your heart broken.
Yeah.
It didn't work all the time.
All right.
Sometimes it was like, okay, you see what I meant now? Yeah, you
Mhm.
got it.
Mhm.
You know my
But
theory on
huh?
I said, you know my theory on that.
I know, but even with what you said is sometimes you gotta let you go through that.
Mhm.
But as a father, and like I
You
said,
don't
some
want
stuff
them
you don't
to.
understand until
Yes.
you're actually there.
Yep.
As a father or as a parent,
Yeah.
you don't want to see your kid.
I
hurt.
don't.
You
And I
don't want to
think
see them come back.
I don't.
And to me, and I've said this to you before, Portia, I think your views are partially will change to that once your kids really get of age and
Mhm.
making decisions on their own.
That you
One
don't
of-
want to see them hurt.
100%. I don't want to see them hurt, but the reality is they're gonna get hurt.
Well, I mean,
They're gonna go
there
through
are
things. They're gonna, you know what I'm saying. But I don't want to get to a place to where it's like they don't feel like, they can approach mama or they can come to mama. You know
But
what I'm
they
saying?
can't
When
make
they,
a
I've
mistake.
always had
they
that
can't
fear.
make
Oh, you
mistakes.
mean
I-
like coming back to you?
Yeah,
yes.
I know they're gonna. I would love for all of my children to walk down this one perfect path.
Oh no,
in
I know
life.
that. No.
But I know somebody. They're gonna get their heart broke. I feel like heartbreak is necessary.
And as a father, as you're with your babies, you don't.
I know.
You don't
I
want-
don't
you don't
want.
want
I don't
that,
want
yeah.
them to.
Because you just don't. But see, because the
That's
reason
true.
I think.
That's a word
But
right there.
that doesn't
As
make
a
me not a
protecting man.
protector because I say
No,
heartbreak
no,
is
no.
necessary.
But
See,
I'm
your
just saying.
protection-
But
your
I'm just
protection-
saying. But the hurt of you and what you could take,
They probably
one of
can't.
them can't take that heartbreak.
Yeah.
Well,
That's very true, but one of them might also be stronger than I ever
No,
was.
but no, we
too.
hope that. That's
No.
that's the hope
what he said,
of
and
a
he's not
parent.
saying that you as a
That's the hope of it.
mom can't be a protector, but
Yeah.
it's a difference in the father's protection.
Mhm.
And the mother who
well,
births the babies.
and
Hmm.
we're not saying y'all not strong. We're just saying
There we go.
we're just saying there's some
No,
stuff.
I'm just saying.
It's not. We're not saying that y'all not strong as people. That we're not going nowhere
Right.
near
It's just
that.
how
What
they
we're
were-
just
how
saying.
they were made.
It's just
How
we're
they
just
were
saying
made.
a
How-
father's your
It's how you
thinking.
were how you were
that
created.
your thinking as a woman is different than the thinking of a man.
100%. We are.
But
But
I
I'm
see,
male,
but
we
we
are
see that
female.
My capacity to want to protect you is different than not saying that yours is any different. Not you,
Right.
Like a lioness that can't protect.
I was just gonna say because these are people that I
because through your eyes,
Yeah,
grew
that-
and
through
worked.
your
we
your
can't-
eyes, you
if
would
we
never. We could never take that out the beam out of your eye for that.
If we
Yeah.
could do that, we would do that too for our kids. But
Right.
we're not gifted to do that. There are certain things that
That
as
you
a
were
man,
built
you're,
for, that God
that
gave you.
Yeah, that you're not built for on this side.
Right.
You're not built to have that.
Well, I'm just talking about as it relates to them making mistakes, them going through heartaches, bumping their heads. I would love for them not to, but I'm just trying to figure out ways to give them the game so that when they do, because I know it's going to happen, this is how you recover.
So they
from it.
know
This
how
is
to.
you-
Yeah.
this is- You got your heart broke. Let me tell you.
Kind
how
of
to
lace
come
them
out
up.
of it. But that's all I'm saying. I know they're gonna make the mistakes.
Oh, y'all gonna keep doing it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
See, this is Tia. She ready to shut it down.
What daddy say? The attention span of a
Of a
sword.
net. A net.
Of a net. I just want to give them the game and equip them with the tools. Yeah.
Right. So even
Those are kids.
Because I feel like trying to protect them and not giving them,
space.
not even space, giving them the tools to be able to cope with whatever bad decision they make or whatever. Like they need to know how to come out of these things.
I believe you would give them that.
Yeah.
But see, too, some things you're not gonna be able to just give right off. Some
Right.
things when they come back, it's like it's a guidance thing. It's like I don't care how old you get. there's still, or whoever you are, we all still need some type of guidance.
Right.
Even with y'all now, like as old as y'all are, I just let me hear from him. Let me hear from him. What's going on? Hey, long as I know everybody's good, I'm good. But if I know that there's a situation there, then it's not supposed to, but it does cause me to lose sleep.
Right.
It does cause me to stay up.
Because he's gonna try to fix it.
I am.
But in the fixing it, you have to take some pressure off yourself and know that, like,
Yep.
if you plant the seed, someone else is gonna water it, and God get an increase. But like,
Ooh, I missed the wrong.
Preach.
Right.
But like, you can't think that you have to do every part of it.
I think I do.
We all work in different facets of
Right.
as a community to help.
I have grown today. Just kind of
I'm
delegate
learning.
it out and y'all do it.
Yes.
At the end of the day,
You're definitely less like aggressive with your. Now you be like, you good? Everything good? You sure? You good? Okay, I'm just checking. I ain't gonna cry, but
at the end of the day, I'm still sitting back saying,
right, I know
If
that.
you need me, I'm like chirp. Oh wait.
9 times out of 10, what?
I was just trying to figure out where my shoes. I mean,
You're lying.
She's so
I
sweet.
was thinking Air Forces or Adidas.
we were just trying to figure
I
out.
can tell when each one of y'all have that distressed look. I can tell. Even Portia come in. No, I'm good.
But I explain to Daddy a lot of times that I need for you to be able to decipher when I just need to vent and when I need something fixed. Because a lot of the times, and I guess this is a father thing.
Boy, this is a you thing. Tell me, nigga.
My point is if I'm coming to you to vent,
Right.
You don't need
You
to
just
fix.
need to.
I don't need you to fix
You just
nothing.
need
I
the
just
ear.
need you to just
Just
be
the
a listening
ear.
ear. And I only say that because I am that as well. Like when he come, like, okay, is this a vent thing or is this something that I need to be trying to work on fixing?
One of the things I do, like with my friends, I'm like, okay, first of all, do you have space?
Right.
And secondly, I just need to vent. So you have to like say off top, I don't need to say. I just need someone to have a listening.
Don't
Do
need
you
a
have a space for
solution.
that?
Right.
Got space for that?
I'm always the solution though. Fix it, Felix. You know, I just want to
But
come in. That's the
that's
whole.
I know, but
I don't know nothing else.
You can't fix it.
Yeah.
No, you can't. No.
He can try.
Hey.
I think we should end on that though.
Hey, man, family dinner.
You guys,
Thank
I
y'all so
really
much.
enjoyed this.
subscribe
Even though they
and
almost
like,
made me
share.
cry like 3-4
We hope this is
times.
good for those who are.
Y'all gotta
working
come
on
on now.
The blended family, have a bonus family.
Yes.
It can work.
Yes, it
work.
can.
We love you.
And it ain't easy, but it will. It can
It's-
be.
But
it's worth it.
It can be better. It can be
Felix.
greener. But I love you, and remember to always love your family.
Yes.
And what?
Don't let a day go by without telling your family you love them.
Nah.
Love y'all.
Okay. She's so doggone silly. You guys, I enjoyed it yet again. So, on to the next video. Peace out.